What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Sports, August 20th, 2022. We are back after sweeping it yesterday, including our buddy Magic giving away a plus 175 CFL dog. We got Papadoo dropping a plus 2022 Cubs bet on us, and that was a wild game. Aaron gets a winner home, and the Patriots make it a lot harder than it should have been, but still get to 10 first, thankfully. We got a great day of racing here, too, so we're going to jump right into it. Before we get into the bets, let's talk a little bit about the features. Magic, you can see, is actually headed to a train here. He's headed down to Del Mar. The feature on that Del Mar card is the Grade 1 Del Mar Oaks, and it is a phenomenal field of 14. Spinderella is the favorite, headed postward, coming back to the States for the first time. Magic, what do you think? Spinderella going to take him gate to wire?
You know, I'm going to take a shot against her. It's a tough spot. You know, she's got to come out of that chute. She's drew the post 11. They got 14 horses. You got Lady T, who's got a lot of speed just to her outside, a lot of speed inside. I'm going with Bella Bell as the horse I think you liked as well, Mike, in the preview. Phil D'Amato is the king of the California turf. This, to me, is his best filly. He's got 4 in here. I think this is his best chance. Thanks to Spinderella, she's 5-1 on the morning line. She's undefeated on North American turf. She looked incredible winning the prep for this. 5-1 on Bella Bell. If you can get that locked up, do it.
I love it. Aaron, what do you think?
I love Magic's picks of Bella Bell. I really think that is a great horse. I picked that horse last time out as well. I did go with Spinderella, though, on top. I went her on top of Bella Bell. I just think, there's a lot of speed in the race. She's the speed of the speed. I'm sorry. A lot of the other horses in that race that have speed aren't great. This horse is great, in my opinion, for this level and for her age and everything like that. She ran fantastic at Royal Ascot. If she comes back with that kind of effort, I think she's going to win here. I get it, though. If you want to fade, or maybe not fade, but just go against play Bella Bell on top of Spinderella, think she might get tired late. I don't hate it. I just think Spinderella is going to run really well, and I think she's actually going to love the stretch out today.
Yeah, I think she's going to like the extra distance as well and definitely try to get right to the lead. That 11 post is tough because when you're going a mile and 1/8 at Del Mar, you're coming out of that chute. You can get hung pretty wide if you do not clear. So it's really important that she is able to clear the field here early to be able to set up the trip that she wants. I do have Bella Bell on top. I like Spinderella. I think you can't ignore the 3 Island of Love either. Hernandez picks up the mount for D'Amato. Ran 3rd behind Bella Bell last time out. I think had a much worse trip. And if you go back to the race 2 and 3 back, if she can improve off of those, I think all of a sudden she is right in the discussion. She's sitting there on the board at 12-1. Papadoo, did you like any prices? You're sticking with Spinderella here.
Well, I'm going with Spinderella because that's the nickname for my wife. She likes to do that. I like Bella Bell also, or Bella Bill, or whatever the hell it is. None of you mentioned Cairo Memories. Anybody on that horse at all?
Jared likes.
I got
Cairo
a second.
Memories.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't use it. She came out of a tough race at Belmont, though. So you got to respect that East Coast form coming west.
Yeah. So I like that horse, too. So that's my top 3.
I like it. Yesterday, Aaron gives out the winner at 6-5. I tell him he's wrong. I tell you the second place horse, and Papadoo drops a 15-1 shot in 3rd for it too. That triple paid 141-1 if anyone decided to pop that, which is kind of crazy as well. So that was a nice way to be all over that final race there at Saratoga. Speaking of which, we've got 2 features over at Saratoga today. I'm going to go to one of them for my best bet. So we're going to jump to the 10th race, the Alabama here. This is a first off, can Nest lose? Magic, yes or no?
Sorry, they were just making an announcement. What did you say?
Can Nest lose? Yes or no?
She can. It's Saratoga, the graveyard of champions. I'm not betting on it happening. Her price makes her unplayable to win bet, but single in the pick 5 and on top in your exotics, that's how I play her.
Papadoo.
Definitely. You got to single because those other stakes races are hard, in my opinion. So how can you pick against her? I mean, probably if you want to pick somebody for second, but I don't see how she loses. There's no reason I can see. I don't see any valid reason unless she falls down coming out of the gate or something to that effect, and you never know. Or she doesn't fire. Who knows? But no, I don't see her losing.
Aaron?
I'm not one to try to guess that a horse is going to bounce or not run very well, especially when there's no signs of that going to happen. All she has to do is run her race. And, in horse racing, sometimes they don't, but if she runs a race, it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
I do like Secret Oath a little bit today, which is kind of nuts. I know she just absolutely got dusted by Nest, but let me make a quick case here. Secret Oath had never been on a 1:11 pace before, never been the horse that was pressing the leader before. She had to do all the dirty work to try and push Nest in that race. you're going to see Nest to have more horses here, not get to the lead, have a different race style. I think more horses benefits Secret Oath here. We'll see if she can turn the tables. The price needs to be right. You need 4 or 5 to 1 to be at the right number. But I think she's the only horse that can turn the tables in this spot. And I think if you get her home in the pick 4 or the pick 5, it's going to balloon the prices big time. Aaron, you made a face as soon as I started. You want to tell me I'm crazy?
I was there live and in person and saw that, and that was not great last time out for Secret Oath. It's interesting you brought that up because Dwayne was very critical of the ride last time out. So listen, it's a bigger field, a normal-ish setup. Yeah, I just can't. I just can't see it. I mean, I saw that horse finish down the lane. It's like, oh, that's not great. I think she's kind of spent. Yeah, I think what you're going to see, though, is she's going to take back, make that run, try to get that jump on her. I don't think she'll be able to do it, but I do kind of agree with the sentiment of if somebody's going to beat her, she obviously is the logical one because she has before. So there is that.
All right, Magic, before we jump into the best bets, we've got a big-time debut today at Del Mar in the 5th for, of course, Bob Baffert. Who else, right? Hijazi, I believe it is going to be debuting. I've heard a lot of buzz around this one. You mentioned it on the text thread this morning. You want to tell us a little bit about Hijazi?
Yeah, $3.5 million purchase by the, thanks to the mortality insurance from Medina Spirit, paying for that for Amro Zidane and Bob Baffert. It's the son of Bernardini. You never hear of Bernardini colts going for that kind of anything close to that these days. The horse was working out lights out at a 2-year-old sale. That's why they snapped him up. His workouts have been the pattern and style in which he's been working out for his debut have drawn a lot of comparisons to last year with an unraced Corniche. All he did was win his debut at Del Mar like a monster, became undefeated as a 2-year-old champion, wins the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. They're talking about this horse like he's that kind of potential. So you have really, this is an exciting day. You have 2 potential grade 1 stars debuting on the same day. You've got Hijazi at Del Mar. You've got Echo again at Saratoga. Whoever's getting the mount on Echo again, just don't fall off.
Yeah, you're stealing my thunder, man. We'll get to that in a second here. Now, Magic does have to run. He's jumping on a train in a minute. So, Magic, we want to kick us off here with the best bets. You got to go CFL after giving out a plus 175 winner yesterday.
Okay, so the big reason I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it. My son had his first dentist appointment yesterday, which actually went pretty well. But I love that bet because you had the 2 worst teams statistically in the CFL, but you have in the CFL the haves and the have-nots. The haves are in the West. The have-nots are in the East. So you had the worst team from the West who's been playing other West teams now facing the team that's 1-7 versus the worst teams in the league. It was a very easy bet. We've got another one here. Calgary is going to be favored, so we can't take the money line. They're -2.5, -3, kind of fluctuating there. Both are good numbers. Even 3.5 would be good if it floats up there. The Calgary is a very strong team from the West. Toronto is the number 1 team in the East, which is like being, I don't know, like the 3rd prettiest girl at this train station in Van Nuys right now. Like, it's not really doing a whole lot for you. But I hope nobody heard me say that. Should watch what I'm saying. I forget that I'm not in my home office right now. The point is, Calgary's really good. They got a stingy defense, and Toronto absolutely does not score. They've only scored 180 points, which for being the top team in the East, that's what it takes when everybody else is scoring 220, 240, 250. I think it's a pretty big blowout. -3 for Calgary seems very easy, so is 2.5.
I love it, Magic, coming back with a CFL bet here. All right, we'll let you run and grab the train as we fire through the rest. Hopefully you can stay hot here, buddy.
Yeah, it'd be great. If you're playing Del Mar today, if you're able to, I'm going to be on the simulcast show with John Lees at 1 o'clock Pacific. So you have to tune into, like if you're on TVG Twin Spires, you have to watch the Del Mar feed to catch us there. But if you're interested, love to see you. And if you're going to be on the train to Del Mar this morning, I'm in the business section. Come say hi.
You mean you're going to be in the bar cart, right?
Well, yeah, meet me in the business section and we'll go to the bar cart together.
There you go. One of the best traditions going down to Del Mar from LA is they have a bar car where you can literally just drink all the way down and all the way back from Del Mar. It's an absolute phenomenal time. All right, Magic, good luck down there at Del Mar. Enjoy it with John Lees, and we'll catch you soon.
Thanks, guys. See, you have to kick me out, too. I have no idea how to do it on the phone.
I got you. Don't worry, buddy. All right. We're going to head to the world of baseball now, where Papa Dude and his secret handicapper here coming back with another pick, or is this a Papa Dude special?
No. We had to decide between 2 today, and I like them both a lot. The first one we didn't take, but we almost did. The Red Sox are against the Orioles, and the Red Sox have the pitching matchup I like a lot. Michael Wacha 7-1, Kyle Bradish, I think, for the Orioles is 1-4. 125 you were getting on Boston minus 125. That's a good one to think about. But what swayed us is the same thing I always go with. I'm going with the better team here. And the Phillies, the Mets are the better team. This is the second game of the doubleheader. Make sure you do the second game of the doubleheader, not the first one, because I think the Phillies have got the better matchup in the first one. Especially if the Phillies win that first game, hit this one, because I don't think the Mets are going to lose two. The Mets are throwing out David Peterson. He's 6-2, 3.30 ERA. A little shaky. I'm a little worried that he hasn't gone more than 5 1/3 innings in his last 5 starts, but the Mets have a great bullpen. So the deciding factor is Bailey Falter is going for the Phillies. He's 0-3, 4.85. I think this is the difference between the Mets and the Phillies. You get into these doubleheader games, Phillies don't have the pitching depth, and that's why the Mets are a little bit better than them. I do like the Phillies. I think they're playing very, very well. If they were in another division, they would really be in good shape. So I'm going to go the Mets minus 120, and I feel pretty good about this one.
I like it. I'm glad you went here. The O's, as Joey mentions here in the chat, they have been on fire lately. Put up a big spot yesterday too. So those bats have been heating up for the Orioles. Hopefully we can get the Mets home here. We've been playing great baseball, and I agree with you. You got a bullpen edge here, and the second game of the doubleheader can make a big difference in that spot. All right, Mr. Halterman, I was surprised you didn't go to the Ponies today. We got a big day, but you got a baseball game that you like here. Tell us a little about San Diego.
Yeah, it was just a situation. Every horse I liked, it's like, yeah, that I knew it would be the right odds. It's like, I just don't know. I wasn't thrilled about. And then the ones I really like, I'm really worried they're going to be below that even money line. I thought about going with the Moonlight in the 8th race at Saratoga, but there's 4 Chad Browns in that race. That horse come back on 13 days rest. There's more pace today. I just didn't want to take 6 or 7 to 5 for the show on that horse. So I did go to the baseball diamond today for this one. Look, San Diego somehow has lost 2 in a row to Washington, or excuse me, they've lost 2 in a row to Washington. It's just ridiculous that they would lose at home to Washington. San Diego desperately needs a win. Washington is terrible. I just think the pitching matchup also favors San Diego big time. Joe Musgrove for San Diego against Josiah Gray. It's a huge mismatch. The Padres should pound them. And I thought San Diego at home, Saturday night, they really need to win. They've lost 2 in a row. They're minus 1.5. I got to take the Padres here. So I took San Diego minus 1.5 in this one. I just don't think this will be a very competitive game. But listen, they've lost 2 in a row. I cannot see them losing 3 in a row at home to Washington. I just can't.
Yeah, this really feels like a get right spot where you got your pitcher going to try and stop this and get back on the winning track, get the bats going, especially after the Tatis news came down last week. You want to see them really respond well. So I agree with you here. I like the minus 1.5 move too. You didn't want to lay I think it's like minus 240 or 250 if you lay just the run or the regular money line. So you got to go minus 1.5 to get a little bit closer to that number. All right, I'm going to head over to Saratoga, and Magic kind of spoiled this a little bit for me. We do have a monster debuting at Saratoga. It's the 5-horse here in the 7th race coming out of the Asmussen barn. Echo again has been training absolutely lights out. This is a son of Gunrunner out of a Tappet mare, so just regally bred here. This is a homebred for Winchell Thoroughbreds that they think is a monster. This is their next big sprinter, they believe. We will see if that comes true or if they're going to end up stretching it out. But they believe this is the next big sprinter for them. So Winchell's debuting today at Saratoga. I don't think we're going to get above even money. That's why I did not play this horse straight up to win. But Aaron mentioned, and this is the second feature at Saratoga, Aaron mentioned the 8th race with the Moonlight. You got 4 Chad Browns in there. But man, this is a lighter spot for With the Moonlight. Last race I thought was significantly more difficult. Even if she goes off at 6 or 7 to 5, I think you're going to end up getting 4 or 5 to 1 on this double. The 5 in that first race. Look, you've got 2 horses for Shug that want to go longer. 2 horses for Mott that aren't training very well. You've got a horse that Pletcher put on the turf to train after running on the dirt, which tells you he doesn't think that much of that horse on the dirt. So I think it really sets up well for Echo again. And then With the Moonlight gets into a spot where I think she is clearly the best horse in the field. We'll see if she can get it done. I'm a little more confident Echo again than I am With the Moonlight. I agree with Aaron on that front. But playing this double, I think you're going to get 4 or 5 to 1. I think that's a solid price for these 2 horses teamed up. Let's talk a little bit about that second Saratoga feature now. The Lake Placid Grade 2. Aaron, you mentioned we got 4 Chad Browns in here. Which Chad Brown do you like the best, or who has the best shot at upsetting With the Moonlight?
Jeez, I like Imminent Victor a lot. I thought she was the best out of the Lake George, and I think she'll run well today. But that's a really tough question because they all kind of look very similar. But I do like Imminent Victor the best. I also like Hottie quite a bit. Cutting back, at a mile, this horse was really good. Mile and a quarter last time out wasn't that great, and I think the cutback's really going to help her. But you could really draw them out of a hat in this situation, these Chad Browns. And, I like With the Moonlight a lot. I like my top pick as well. I like the play you did. It's just when you got 4 horses in a race, you might try to mess with her, right? She's going to have the target on the back. You got 4 horses. You're going to gang up on her is what I'm thinking is going to happen. And you're going to set it up for the couple of horses that you think are best. That's what has me a little bit worried in this spot. I think With the Moonlight's the best horse. Like I said, I'll say it again. When you've got 4 horses in the race, you could make it tough on that one horse.
And you mentioned the pace. Sail By, the 2 horses going to set the pace. The 7 and 8 are both out, so we're not going to see those guys. I froze. Can you hear me still? Yeah, okay, there we go. So the 7 and 8 they're both out, so Sail By is going to set the pace. The thing with these Browns, generally you have the Rabbit Brown. There isn't really a Rabbit Brown out of these 4. There's not a horse that is going to go right toward the lead and be able to press with Sail By. I think With the Moonlight's going to be ahead of all 4 Browns going into that first turn, and that's going to make it interesting because they're going to have to get by With the Moonlight, who should set a pretty nice trip if no one messes with her. Do you think any of the Browns send, Aaron?
Yes, I think one of them is going to send. I don't know who it's going to be. I've just got to listen again. I think With the Moonlight's the best horse. I've just got a bad feeling, and she's drawn inside of all of them too. If they want to mess with her, they can. I just have a bad feeling about this one.
If one sends, I think it's Howdy, actually. I think that actually hurts Howdy's chances if that's the case. Papa Dude, what do you think about the Lake George here?
Well, I've just got a question here. I can't go with you guys here on this. You guys are too good. If I'm an owner, I'm pissed that he's got 4 horses in this race. You guys ever think about that kind of stuff? I mean, I do. Are they all owned by the same damn owner or what? I mean,
this is a case where you've got different ownership for each of them. There's only a limited number of races that these horses fit in at Saratoga, and they all want to win at Saratoga. And so you see them banging heads a lot in this spot. And Chad Brown has a very good record of filling the whole tryout in some of these races even. Yeah. So the ownership groups still get paid out on it. I think they want to win at Saratoga. Is that what you'd say as well, Aaron?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a lot of it. And it's kind of a where else are you going to run type situation as well. And that's a lot of it too. But yeah, honestly, I do think some owners get pissed. I think people believe that the Klaroviches are kind of his main people. We know people that have horses with Chad Brown or has one with Chad Brown. It was kind of like, well, we kind of get treated like the redheaded stepchild in these races when there's 3 or 4 in here and we're the lowest of the low. I do think that causes some friction. Here's an idea. If it causes some friction, there's a lot of trainers out there. Yep. Why does everybody use this guy? It's like Christophe Clement's up there, Bill Mott's up there. Shug McGahee will train your horse. Todd Pletcher will train your horse. Go somewhere else would be my advice to people.
Yeah, well, that's kind of, you nailed it. If you don't want it, go somewhere else, right, Papa Dude?
Yeah, well, the thing I don't get is this is not a high-stakes race. I mean, this is not a big-time purse, right?
Right, yeah.
200K. No, it's not one of the bigger ones.
No. I wouldn't want my horse wasted. I look at it as wasted if you lose. That's the way I look at it. And what is this, 150,000, 200,000? What is the purse?
200,000.
200,000.
Well, there's a lot of 200,000 races. I'd go take my horse and win that son of a bitch. That's what I'd do. I mean, that's the way I am. I don't care if it is Saratoga. I want to win the purse. And I don't know. I'm just throwing out something here because I don't know anything about the race. So I'm trying to make myself look smart. But anyway, I just threw that out there for you guys. I wouldn't want to do that unless I was sure that horse was going to win. Maybe all those owners think their horse is going to win. Maybe that's the way they think.
Well, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head. You only have X amount of races a year, right? You're only running 5-6 times. You don't want to burn a race to run fourth against 3 other Chad Browns in a $200,000 race. I totally get where you're coming from that front.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us here. Aaron, you want to go ahead?
Well, I was going to say 2 things. I want to do 2 things. There are other options. There are plenty of other options.
Yeah.
Now, and number 2, I want to touch on that Echo Again horse.
Yeah.
I think this horse could be anything. the dam of this horse had a ton of talent, but she was loco in the head. When she was right, she was really good. And
Who was the dam?
She's a tappet. Yeah.
the dam was Teardrop. Do you remember Teardrop?
No, I don't. No.
She did win once at Oakland. She was a little nutty, but she had a ton of talent. She won first out as well. These Asmussen horses, when they're highly touted, they rarely don't show up, right? It's still a 2-year-old race. It's Saratoga. You never know, but this one I think is pretty darn good.
Yeah, I would be very surprised. The problem is I think you're getting 3 to 5, right? I think this one's going to get absolutely hammered at the windows with what else is in there. There's not anything that's really training well when you look at the workout reports. Like I said, the 2 Shug horses both want longer. This is really a prep for them. The Mott horses aren't going great, and it's really that Pletcher horse, the 4 horse, is the one that could probably step up and run well, but it's going to take a lot here to beat Echo again. All right, thanks everybody for joining us here on Dudes Who Bet Daily. We're trying to stay hot because we went 4-0 yesterday. We're up 9.15 units for the week. Every single day has been a winning one. Let's run through the bets real quick here. Aaron going with the Padres, -1.5, -140. Papa Dude heading to the Big Apple, taking the Mets in game 2, -120. I'm going to go to Saratoga Racetrack. I'm taking in race number 7. I'm playing a daily double, 5 into the 1 in race 8. And Magic going with the Calgary Stampeders, maybe -2.5 in the CFL. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We're going to try and stay hot, and we will see you again tomorrow at noon Eastern.